Okay, guys. Before I start my weekend, I think I'm just gonna do quick analysis on the chart. Okay. Are we seeing some reversal right now? Maybe. Okay, and then quick explanation. So during the market rally yesterday, so basically what we see is that like I think it got slightly rejected. This is SPY by the way in 1 hour. Slightly rejected from the 618 if you pull it from here all the way down here, and then you'll find that number. Right when it touches that number, it got rejected immediately. 399, immediate rejection. Alright? And then on Dow, I think it might have hit the supply or something, I forgot. Yeah, it hits supply. Yeah. This thing right here, there's a very likely there's a good amount of sellers, right? And then if you look at the formation, I think we can consider this a rising wedge. Yeah, we can consider this a rising wedge. And then if you want to look for entry, I think the entry, the most high probable entry is right here, either right here when the rejection starts selling, right? Either right here we sell, and then we had a buy zone. I think some buy zone is right here. A big significant amount of buyer came up here, right? And then they also came up down here. But if you look at the key level, so the significant amount of buyer is right over there on the 618 on Dow Jones, and then also this one right here when they pull it up really hard, and then this one. So this is the major buyer standing holding their buy position over here. So when this pull back, I think like we're losing buyers over here. So my take on this, I think we're gonna have this big downward movement soon. But if we look at the entry, let's say like tomorrow is gonna gap down or something, right? Let's say tomorrow gonna gap down. We're gonna wait patiently where the big sellers at. So if the gap down, the bigger the gap, we're gonna wait right there. We're gonna wait until it reaches right there. Then we will do our entry. So the big buyer is over here, right? The big buyer is right here. The big buyer who can call you daddy. Alright. There you go. And then also with SPY, we have formations coming up as well. Right? Okay. The next big buyer, I think, is somewhere down here, right? It's down here. So be careful when you touch the trend line. That's where the big buyer's at, right? Here. The big buyers is over here. Right? One over here. And then the second one is right here. Okay? And then the third one is right here. I think I already marked this yesterday. Okay? And then the last one I think is somewhere right here. But I don't think this is significant. I think it's just people buying in, trying to squeeze the market. But I don't think this is it. I would rather this is as either this 396 or 395 as the main big buyer coming in. All right. So we're just gonna wait out. I mean, if we want a good entry for tomorrow for short, let's say it trying to gap down. Let's say it gap down to something. Be careful. We have a buyer over here, and then our put entry should be somewhere either this or during the rejections, right? This one right here. This is our best put entry, right? That's our best bet on put entry. There should be a good next another put entry somewhere down here if we gap down, only if we gap down. And then pay attention as well to ES and YM. Alright, just look at the 15 minutes. I don't think there's any significant move. We need something like on 15 minutes, we need something like this, right? Like this, where there's a big impulse, and then the next impulse is right here, right? And then it's something like this, right? That's what you're looking for if you're playing ES or YM, right? Okay, so the big seller is hovering over here. So this is our good entry to short. Besides that, like, I don't want to do anything. And then this is where the one of the good possibility of buying. So if you want to play call, you gotta be over here or over here, right? Either those two is where the breaks of the consolidation. So we gotta wait over here, gap up, gap down, wait over here, we bounce up, so that way we don't get screwed by the buyers, right? And then so yeah, just remember this is the big demand area, the big buying area. So we might want to be careful on this thing right here, right? We might want to be very careful on this thing. Be careful in this area. A lot of buyers, a huge amount of buyers, right? And then it's gonna bounce up, and then see where the new supply zones at, right? Where the new supply zones, right? So good entry for put is it's somewhere in between this, in this box, and then the pattern is set. The pattern is set, right? We have a big potentially a big rising wedge, and then the top as well is set. I think this is slightly overbought. Alright, as soon as we see a bearish pattern over here, I think I want to go in, like over here. If tomorrow's open something like this, creating a lower high, that's where I want to come in. And then if you take a look at Nvidia as well, no, not Nvidia, I think Apple. This is a good rising wedge right here. This is a good rising wedge. I think this is really good for long-term short. This is a good one. But just make sure you mark where the buyer's at, right? It's right here during the spike. Okay, if we gap down tomorrow, get ready. Start looking for the entry. If we gap down, then this should be the entry, I think. Yeah, this should be the selling point of entry if we gap down tomorrow. I'm not gonna mark it because it hasn't happened yet. So if we gap down tomorrow, this is a good selling point. Either if we gap up, this is the top, this is the ceiling, and then from the previous selling point, I think it was over here. So just mark it so that way you know your entry. Then undo 5 minutes on that one, just to be accurate, because this might be it. Okay. That might be it. Okay, so we know where the seller's at, and then we know where the trend is. I think Apple is a good risk to reward play. Apple, and then let's see on Amazon as well. Let's see. Amazon is hyper bullish. This impulse is still high, except for Apple. Apple is you start seeing weakness. I mean, the rising wedge itself is a representation of weakness, right? And then Microsoft, it might double top, right? This is where the tipping point is. It's dissected into 5 minutes. Yeah, the selling point is somewhere on this range. So I'm gonna just put everything. Like, should I put everything? Okay. There you go. So we're at the selling point on Microsoft. So let's see if we let's say if we gap down, right? Gap down, and then we're gonna look for the sellers over here. So we have a seller right over here. Here. Right? We have a seller, and then the long-term seller, the one that has been waiting from this move up, is over here, right? So yeah, we're just gonna wait until they create lower high or equal high, and then we're gonna start our put on Microsoft. And then please mark where the buyer's at too. I think the big buyer was over here where we spike up, right? Go. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Alright. I think that's perfect. The one that looks better so far is just Microsoft and Apple. Not Nvidia or Tesla. Nothing like that. Tesla might be looking better, but this is like ranging, and then we still have space to go up here before we go down. Either that or maybe go back to the previous high or something, and then we go down. But please mark your where the buyer's at, right? I think there's something down here. That's where the buyers come in. Okay, and then we're gonna align it either with Fibonacci's or something. So let's just do that for a profit target, right? There's a buyer here, buyer here, buyer here, buyer here, right? Let's just take a profit target, 0.5 and 618 as the trimming position, right? And yeah, that's about it. Oh, forgot.